What's good? What's good? We back. Episode 17. Hey, man, say, man, it's the Moving on Purpose podcast. We appreciate y'all for tapping in with us. It's your boy, Cooley.
It's your boy, Stu.
And we are back for another episode, man. We just stacking. We just building this house brick by brick, episode by episode, man.
Getting lost in the process.
Yes, sir. All right. Well, look, let's not play around. Let's jump into it. This topic is actually pretty cool because based off of some interaction that we had on one of our videos, we had one of our followers, subscribers, listeners. We appreciate all y'all that if you haven't already, like and subscribe. But he asked, hey, man, can y'all talk about your experience when you went through the police academy?
That's a good one.
And with that said, today's episode's title is, So You Want to Be the Police?
Until you go through the academy.
You want to be the police, huh? Okay. Okay. Let's see if you're really ready for that. All right. Now I'm gonna talk about my experience. Stu is gonna talk about his, and you're gonna see how different they were.
Years and years apart, just so y'all know.
I mean, quite a couple, give or take, one or two.
But we ain't gonna say nothing else about it.
Is that right?
Nice little 10 piece.
That's okay. That's all right. But before we jump into the meat and potatoes, man, let's get to this kick of the day. I'm gonna let Stu go first. I like his shoes.
Man.
Like, what size are those? Them look like my size.
I want y'all to know we didn't plan this. This just happened today. So I just got some Jordan 5s on. Okay. Clean, simple. You go ahead, man. I know you got a story.
Nah, man, you gotta get a little bit more. What's the goal? What you want?
Honestly, I forgot. Okay. I found these in the closet. I forgot.
You say, yeah, man, these old things.
That's what they are.
I thought they was house shoes. And
they wasn't even in the right box.
Brand new.
So Jordan 5s.
You look like you only wore them a couple times too.
I did. They've been in the box collecting dust.
They look good, man. They look good. They comfortable too. Probably broke them in.
Oh yeah.
Would you ever hoop in them?
I have. Will I do it again? Nope. Yeah. Nope. Well,
great minds think alike. So I'm over here, Jordan 5'd up. You know, I had to find some shoes with a little purple in it. These are Fresh Prince of Bel-Air Jordan 5s. They got like 3 different ones of these. This is one of the ones. That was one of my favorite shows growing up. OG Will Smith, shout out. And had to hit him with the MJ shirt to match.
Him and Martin Lawrence used to wear all the J's in the TV shows.
They did.
For people, you know what I mean? They put on for Jordans.
For sure. And then Will would even wear them in his movies too.
Yeah.
Will's definitely a trailblazer, man, for the culture, for sure. All right, now this barbershop talk. You know, we like to start off with a little lighthearted topic, man. Let's see. What was stuff that made you tough, that you thought made you tough growing up? Things we used to do that we felt like made us hard. Pause. And when we was growing up, it made you look hard.
You play too much.
I'm just saying, man. Come on.
I don't know, man. Playing hoops at the park.
Okay.
Football on the street. Ain't no grass. Cement.
Yes. 2 hands touching the street, tackling the grass.
You know, falling.
So that happened in Texas and in Cali, huh?
Yeah. You know, we play in the street too. Okay. You know, falling off your bike when you riding and you younger, you get up and keep riding. Okay. Even though that shit be burning because that cement eat up that skin. Yeah. It's little things like that.
I say do-rags. We used to wear do-rags out in like they was hats. Like we used to have just wear them to the store, we be hooping with do-rags on.
So let me ask you this. You would match different colors and stuff?
Absolutely. Yes, you had to coordinate. That was okay back in the day. And then you had like jagged edge in them popping off too. You know, they had the do-rag.
The do-rags was hot back
in the day. Yeah. So if I had this on, if I had the purple hat, I hit them with the black do-rag. But if I had the black hat, I'd hit him with the purple do-rag because I got purple. You got to
you gotta
accentuate the small colors, right?
I got you.
Yeah, so that was one. Not going in the house. That like if you went outside and it was hot, it never rains in Southern California, so I don't know if y'all had the same type of heat as us. But in Texas, it'd be like 136 degrees outside during the summer.
But get that hot out
you knew if you went in the house, you had to stay in the house. So we used to be outside getting in fights. We used to be outside like, hurting each other, hacking, running into each other, bloody noses, and we'd be on the side of the house watching that out with some water hose water because we knew if you went in the house, you cannot go out. You gonna let that cold air out, and now you gotta stay in the house, and you got chores waiting on you. So that's just a few things.
Avoid the crib at all costs.
There's a few things from us down here in Texas, man. Just dealing with that heat in Texas, that made you seem tough enough.
It's humid as hell out here. I tell you that. That sun be sunning, man. All right, so let's jump into it, man. So
for all y'all folks out there that may be thinking about becoming the police,
think twice. No, I'm just playing.
There's a couple different ways you can go, right? So one way, you can go to school, get your criminal justice degree, or you can go to school and get your T-code, where you're actually like paying to go through an actual program where you pretty much learn a lot of the stuff that you're going to learn, and you come out with your T-code license.
You still got to go through the academy.
You do, and that's what I'm going to tell you. So you didn't pay these people. You didn't went through the whole process. You did all that good stuff. You got your T-code license, right? But you're still a free agent. You're still a free agent. And with free agency, when it comes to law enforcement, if you want to come to HPD or the sheriffs or something like that, you still have to go through their full academy. Yep. The only perk that you get from going through one of those is you have to take T-code test when it's time to take T-code test, which, I guess. And then it's like a refresher for you if you're going through the academy. But I'll let you start off since you're more recent, man. I'm sure a lot of stuff has changed between when I went through and when you went through. What was your experience, Stu?
Honestly, man, I thought it was going to be like a movie. I thought it was just going to be a bunch of like tax stuff, shooting, driving. I forgot what movie. I think was it Blue Street or whatever movie Martin Lawrence was in. Yeah. He was in the police academy part, and he hit the instructor and the car blew up, and then they kicked him out. Similar to that. I thought it was going to be just focused on that, but got a rude awakening, man. It was a lot of studying and being in the books. You got to learn that law. Yeah. You got to understand what's a criminal offense. So when you out there, you could kind of determine what you have, because that's most of the job is kind of identifying what the crime is, calling the DA, trying to articulate what charge you want, or if you even have a charge. So I think majority of the academy was the law book. Just learn the Texas laws and stuff like that, which
Did you have like a criminal justice background?
Absolutely not.
So this was all new information to you?
All new information. But, what helped me was school. I went to college, I went to school. So having to retrain and get back into study mode, taking tests and things like that. Those are things that when you come into the academy, you don't really think about. Yeah. A test every week, a quiz every week that you have to pass in order to advance. Because if you fail so many tests, they're going to kick you out. So just the pressure of that for a lot of people maybe who didn't go through it is a little bit different. But what was eye-opening for me was coming in at first and just seeing, I came in a little bit older, but just seeing a lot of the 20-year-olds just out of shape. Like, I don't know what they were signing up for, but they knew to get in, you had to take a fitness test. Yeah. So that should have been your measure right there. Be like, let me try to get in shape. But it was a lot of people out of shape thinking, and I don't know if they, must have seen officers in their later years or it was like, if he could do it, But you didn't, they had to go through the same thing. So at one point, they had to come in shape. Now, whether they got out of shape because of workload and things like that, family dynamic, but just the people just not coming in shape was crazy to me.
Yeah. What about the paramilitary?
That was funny to me. Okay. Well, for me, the experience was funny because seeing other people not used to people being in their face and yelling. I played sports. Yeah. So I had coaches, breasts be stanking, they yelling in your face, and you got to perform. You can't get mad or you're going to be at the end of the bench. So that didn't bother me. But, are you in line and trying to be serious, you kind of looking and seeing who's going to fold. And that's all it is mind games. It's a bunch of mind games to see if they can break you. Because if they can break you there, you can't handle the street.
Nah, because you're going to have people talking raw to you, man. You can't press charges on them for hurting your feelings.
Absolutely not. And I've seen a lot of people get their feelings hurt in the academy and on the streets. And they just take it, to another place. So
Well, it sounds similar to mine, but I can't really say that I was right there with you as far as 20-year-olds being out of shape. I was in my 20s. I was 24 when I joined. We had one of the toughest classes when it came to being in shape. And we had like some of the lowest times. And so it was kind of like a little competition. We had a couple of folks that had to get in line, and we had some that didn't make it because of that, because they couldn't keep up.
Shape, yeah.
But for the most part, with our L1, which is our lead instructor officer who was over like our physical fitness and our defensive tactics, she was a marathon runner. So she used to always make us run like she ran, which I could not stand.
Instead of push-ups, every break, did y'all go run a mile?
No, it wasn't that serious. Okay. But we did run sometimes. So we did push-ups every break, so you can expect that. You can expect sit-ups. You can expect mountain climbers every break. But with her, where you would normally run like 2 miles, she would make us run 4, 5, 6, right? And then when we got done running, we would come back and we had to do insanity in the gym. Remember that the little DVD?
The bald-headed guy?
Yes. Yes.
But y'all didn't have injuries, though.
We had a lot of folks that had shin splints.
Oh, okay. But
shin splints, because we had a brand new all-weather track out there at the academy, but she would still take us out on the concrete and make us run.
Yeah, that's why.
And so folks didn't have the right shoes on. So if you are thinking about going through the academy, there is quite a bit of running, so make sure that you invest in some shoes.
True.
The older you get, the more you realize how important shoes are. You can't just roll out the bed and wear whatever, especially if you're going to be putting a lot of miles on them.
Yeah.
So shoes really saved my feet. The paramilitary part of it for me was like not abnormal for me as well, because I football. So when I had a guy get in my face and yell and cuss, and I'm just looking at him like, bro, you can't call me nothing the football coach hasn't already called me.
That's what I'm saying. The transition from that to the military stuff was not hard.
No, it wasn't hard. And you know how to follow rules, because in football and basketball, like coaches want things done a certain way. Exactly. Yeah, and if you don't, you're going to get punished, or the team's going to get punished. So you know kind of that team aspect. One of the things that was very prevalent and really reared its ugly head was the folks who had never been on a team, who had never been in the military.
Typically, those are the ones that are getting called out. Those are the ones that's getting the whole class in trouble. Those are the ones that struggle.
But they took stuff personal. Yeah. Like, they took things personal. Like, I didn't do anything wrong, but we all getting in trouble. It's bigger than you.
It's funny at first until it gets old. Mm-hmm. So, you know what I mean? Like, you going to get punished as a class when one person messes up. And the challenges aren't hard. You just might not be in the mood to get smoked that day. You know what I mean?
And I was a communications major, so I had no criminal justice background at all, just the same as you. Mm-hmm. So me personally, it felt like it was a water hose, like a fire hose amount of information that you had to take in through a straw. Like, it was a small amount of time, but a lot of information just coming at you at this.
It's a lot of information. Like, they want you to kind of just quickly pick it up, but everybody has a different learning curve.
Yeah, and then if you had a couple of years in between when you went to school and when you were doing that,
you definitely gonna have a challenge with making the information stick, for sure.
And so one of the biggest challenges for me was figuring out and remembering what was the best
study
way for me to retain the information.
Yeah,
I would go to IHOP with my little group, and we would all study, and I'm rewrite. We used to have to rewrite our notes in all caps, and if we messed up, you couldn't erase. You had to redo the whole paper. They would check it every day, and if you got caught with a mark on your paper, everybody was getting smoked. Yeah. And so it was serious. And so you could only like freehand notes, and then you had to rewrite those notes for the next day.
For sure, didn't have to do that.
And I was going, and I was like, wasn't doing that well on the test, and so I said, hey man, no offense, I got to take a step back. And I got to go back to what I know for me, which is just being in a comfortable environment, a controlled, comfortable environment where I don't have distractions, people talking to me, and just reading it over and over and over. And that's how I was able to retain it, and that's when my grades shot back up.
So you had to figure out which method to study, and
Yeah, but you don't want to be that guy like, you're not being a team player, you're not coming out with us. Like, hey man, listen, it's like college, but it's not, because in college, you don't do well on the class, you can drop it, you can take it over. This is your livelihood. Like,
it's a job.
I put my 2 weeks notice in.
Yeah, you getting paid
to come over here and start this career.
Let me ask you this: did you fail any tests? Any primaries?
I didn't fail.
Yeah,
but I did get like high 70, low 80, which had me on probation where I couldn't go nowhere. We used to be able to leave for lunch and go off for camp. People messed it up after us.
We heard about that. It was probably your class. It might have been you.
No, it wasn't me. We go to Frank's right there and then come back. Go get one of them overpriced deli sandwiches and come back. But once I got into my groove, I was good. Don't overthink. If you do go to the academy, just do what they tell you. Yeah. If they tell you to walk a certain way, to cut the corners a certain way, to say your name a certain way, do it. If you start thinking too much, then it's going to be a long 6.5, 7 months for you.
Once they see they can't break you, they're going to leave you alone. If they know they can break you, that's when they're going to pick on you every single day, every week until you get out. But they're just trying to help you, get to the streets.
So the hardest part for me in the academy was not the academics, was not the exercise, not the physical challenges that it was. For me, the hardest part was dealing with 70 different personalities in a closed space for an extended period of time, 8 hours a day for 6.5 months. that was the hardest part for me because I have a low tolerance for ignorant people.
Yeah.
And we had quite a few of them, like everybody does in their class. And some people don't realize you don't have to say everything that comes, those intrusive thoughts. You don't got to share them. You can keep it to yourself. And so we would have people that would be teaching our class, DAs, judges, and stuff like that. And we had people who would make comments and say things, and then they would go back and tell the L1s, and we would get in trouble. It's like, do you not know how this works?
No,
like,
but they learn. They learn, hopefully.
Man, look, it was some of them. I had some folks know. I mean, I hope that they forgive me, but I know me. I can only take so much of that, and I'm gonna say something to you.
Gonna snap,
and then you know it's gonna be weird. So I had to it was a couple people in the class that I had to avoid and pretend like they weren't in the class. Yeah. So I would sit right next to them, and it's like they wasn't even there. And that was just me and my way of dealing with it because I knew that they weren't going anywhere, and I knew that if I told them about themselves, they were still going to be the same way, and then it was going to be a weird situation. So for me, the best thing for both of us, so I don't hurt your feelings, is for me just not to say nothing to you. Cool, we just said, what about skills?
Skills was cool. Driving was fun.
Yeah. So people, you start off in the classroom. You start off, they kind of like in the military, they break you down, they build you up. We want you to learn how to do it like this. You start taking those first couple tests, and you get about 3 months in, and then you get to skills. Skills is when you break out from the classroom and you go to shooting,
skills,
driving,
you can kind of relax.
Yes,
because you're not in that classroom setting taking notes. Now it's like action. So firearms, driving skills, the tactical stuff, things like
the real life stuff,
the real life that you think is going to be the whole academy.
So you had some people who was killing it on the academics, and I just be sitting there like, okay, I'm working my way back up. Boom, I'm seeing where everybody is, and I'm like, but you gonna struggle in the physical part of it. We're gonna see who has hand-eye coordination when we get to the shooting. We're gonna see who has hand-eye coordination when we get to the driving, and then that's where you saw the playing field kind of level out.
My favorite part of the academy, I would say, is Tag Village and the skills, the scenarios.
And you got a Tag Village. We ain't even had no Tag Village when I went through.
That was probably the most fun for me because now you get to see how people really react, if they panic, if they keep their cool, if they paid attention, if how they are under fire. That was fun for me. All the different scenarios, whether it was classroom, the bank, apartment complex. You don't understand
CIT.
it while the CIT. We did CIT in the actual academic building.
Okay.
They pretended that somebody was going to jump off the ledge. We had to talk them down. But as far as the stuff that was in Tag Village, the traffic stops and how to approach cars, get people out of that stuff was fun for me.
That was dope. I love that too, man. For us, we didn't. The Tag Village came years and years after. But at the same time, it was really crazy how some people couldn't decipher that, hey, man, this is a scenario. Yeah. And, like, they would freeze up.
Oh, yeah.
And so you would be partnered with somebody, and you would have to go and handle
that's
a
where
call.
you get to see how people react.
And I was like, for example, I had somebody who I was partnered with who I wouldn't normally partner with. It was a female officer. She's an officer to this day. And we were doing the CIT. CIT for us is people with mental health issues, maybe having a mental health crisis, right? And these are actors, right? These officers. They're actors. Yeah. So we're walking up, and I'm like, all right, man, cool. It's like improv. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like theater arts. So we getting ready to walk up. I said, hey, do you want to do this one or you want me to start off? I'm good either way.
Yeah.
And she was like, I'll do the first one. You do the second one. Okay, cool. So we walk up. And the lady's like standing on the bench, like pretending like she's like talking to the wind and not really paying attention. And I'm like, hey. And she's just standing there. I'm like, hey, you gonna say her name? Like, you gonna do the stuff that they taught us in class?
Froze.
Like, she froze. Yeah. And I'm looking at her like, I know you lying. So okay. So I took over.
Improvise.
Did the scene, boom, boom, cool. She was like, hey, you gotta say a little bit more. You can't let him do that. So I'm like, cool. We go to the next one. I'm like, all right, I handled that one. I guess we taking turns.
Vice versa, your turn.
You run point. I'm a shooting guard, right? I'm gonna be out here on the wing if you need me. Bro, we walk in, and it was in the computer lab with the desk like coming down. As soon as we walk in, it's an officer acting, and he's walking on the tables like, I ain't going back, like kicking stuff and throwing it, and you just see her face like
she froze again.
And I'm like,
yeah.
I said, you gonna say something? Right, and she just froze again. So then I had to take lead on that one, which is cool, man. But it's good practice.
But it's no different than the streets.
And I was just going to say, it's good practice.
Yeah, it's no different than the streets because when you go out there and you got all your check buys or whatnot, the check buys are doing the same thing. They're quiet, they don't want to say anything. Man. You know, so you got some good check buys.
You do.
But for the most part, they're just there to be on your call so they can sit on it.
I told you what to do with that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you start delegating.
I need you to do this, I need you to do that. Yeah. They stop checking by. But, you know, that's what I'm saying. Like, academy and streets, it's no different. Only difference is that CIT or whatever the scene you're going to is not an actor now. No. So now it's real.
So my thing is this, like, for me, I'm like, you really need to, like, look in the mirror and reflect and figure out if this is for you. Mm-hmm. I'm good, but if you freezing up with actors in a controlled environment, what are you going to do when you get out here with people that really may not be in their right mind, maybe on some type of narcotic? Like, you have to think quick on your feet or you're going to get everybody put in a compromising position to where we can
safety hazard
get hurt. Yeah. And so you'll know really quickly who is comfortable and confident in handling those type of scenes when you get out on the street. And a lot of folks talk about what they used to do in the academy, and a lot of folks talk about what they used to do on the street. We all know we run calls with people, how they really handling themselves, and a lot of folks
not until you get on
a lot of folks ain't doing what they say they did.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You got to deal with the CIT. You got to deal with the crazy DV calls. You got to deal with. Sometimes we get calls, moms calling on their kids, man, like stuff like that, and it's like we're not here to scare your kids and things like that. They don't want them to go to jail. They just want us to talk to them and stuff like that. So we get called out for all different type of things. Yeah. Like we have it's like code 6, seating complaining. It was one call where it said person's phone was on 3% and called the police. So what we supposed to come provide you a charger? It's a charge your phone. Like what are we supposed to do? You know what I mean? Dispatch should have just let's just get rid of this.
Is it a seaport? What is it? Yeah, get you straight. Get you set up.
So we get all different type of from the code 1s, code 2s to ones that's just like, why is this on the board?
I will say this though, man. Like, and I'm not just saying this because we work here, but HPD is one of the top like organizations that prepares you to go out on the street. Like a lot of stuff that they taught us translated seamlessly. Yeah. Now you got to take it and make it your own. But like the level of training that you get as far as driving, the tech village is second to none. It's like a mini city in there. And then defensive tactics, like
and we about to get a new shooting range too. They about to start working on that soon.
So it's finna get even even spookier out there as far as like being kind of separating themselves from the pack as far as training. So I thought it was dope, man. All in all, I enjoyed my experience. Now, we don't want to give the end of the movie out, so we ain't going to tell y'all in too much detail what Red Man is. You actually have to go to the academy to figure out what Red Man is. I loved it, too. I was good. I was good. Fun. Hey, a lot of folks had to pay the piper.
I went at it with my Red Man.
A lot of folks had to pay the piper. A lot of folks was talking that cash money and was stabbing people in the back and
Sergeant Zhang, if you out there at Westside, we went at it.
Yeah, people who was setting people up, the instructors know that, and they come for you on that day. But you'll figure it out. If you do decide to do it, we're not gonna tell you the end of the movie. So let's jump into this video reaction, and it's relevant to what we talking about right now. Did you get tased?
Yeah, twice.
What you get tased twice for? You just like pain?
They just tased me twice, leg, and then they dry tased me in my back. I still got the mark. Oh yeah, I got tased. That's how it be. My scenario was a little different though. Everybody got tased in a different way.
What about this one?
I already know this one.
Movement back there.
Oh yeah, lock up everything. So did you get tased? So everybody got tased a different way in my class.
Yeah.
I was already on the ground. They gave me like a fake knife, and they wanted to see if I could still like attack a cone while getting tased. So they tased me in the leg, and I was still able to move my upper body. Oh. So then my instructor was like, okay. So he got the dry tase, and he tased me in the back. And I was still able to move. So I was just like, all right, cool. I got tased twice, but asked for once, but it's cool. Still got the mark on my back, but I'm glad I went through it. So now I know if I got to use it, I know what it feels like.
And that's why they do it. Yeah. So that you're not just out here tasing people willy-nilly because you think it's funny. Like, and that's why I think it's important. Now,
I'm only going to use it if I need it.
Everybody, from what I heard, doesn't get tased. In my class, everybody got tased.
For real?
Yes.
All 70?
Yes.
For us, it was different. They were like, we're not going to tase 80 of y'all, so who wants to do it? So I volunteered to get tased, and then I volunteered my boy to get tased because he was mad as hell. But I made sure he got tased.
He said he wanted to do it too.
Yeah, that's how it was.
Scared. He ain't scared of it. Let's go.
That's exactly how it went.
Nah, for us, man, I looked at it as I'm not any type of fraternity. The closest thing I had to that was playing football. But this is kind of like it's a fraternity that
you got to find the right officers to form relationships with and
I feel like that was you crossing over was riding the lightning for 6 seconds. And so for me, what I felt like, I don't know if you felt this, but what I felt is they had 2 people on my arms and I heard taser pop. One of them went in my back and the other one went in my cheek. Okay, and I felt the electricity cycling from my feet to my head going up and down. And I locked up, but I did like you. I was like, "Urgh," and I started reaching back there to try and pull the dart out.
Tripping. They got to get to what's it called?
I didn't know, but that was just a muscle reaction. Like I was trying to reach back there to get it out. And before I got it out.
That CIT pulling it out. Another taser.
Right before I got it out, that's when it stopped and they laid me down. So you know what it feels like. If you ever had a Charlie horse or a cramp, or one of your muscles tense up, every muscle in your body is tensing up at the same time for 6 seconds while that electricity is cycling through your body.
Once you get used to the first 2 seconds, you could take the pain.
I don't know about all that.
It was the first 2 seconds and I was cool.
I was trying to pull that thing out.
I
was trying to pull the dart out.
Wait a minute.
I was trying to pull the dart out.
Hey, man. That's your second one today, man.
The dart. I was trying to pull the dart out. Yeah. So, man. So, just kind of to sum it up, man. Do you regret going through it, or could you do it again if you had to?
Fuck no. But one time is good enough for me. Like you said, I crossed over. I did my time. I'm not doing that shit twice. No, thank you.
Yeah.
But I do want to say that I heard the academy now is a lot different from when I went through. So the smoke sessions are less and things like that. So I'm glad I went through it when it was rather difficult. Yeah. So I can say I went through a real academy as opposed to things changing and, now they're not getting as prepared. That's our backup. That's our backup at the end of the day.
It is. So they're getting prepared. They just have to adjust for your target audience.
It's a little softer different approach now. That's what.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I ain't in there. I can't speak on that. I know what I went through.
Right.
And I did my 6 months on feet. So
we did 7.
Okay, that's because y'all did SRG training. That was voluntary with us. I ain't volunteering for that. Yeah, so y'all got gas and everything, huh?
Yeah. Would I do that again? Nope.
He'll know.
That shit burn your
eyes. No, sir. But now we don't want to scare y'all.
Great experience.
It's a great experience. Great career. Definitely do it. Definitely run and get in shape before you sign your name on the dotted line to do that. Don't show up out of shape. That's a bad idea. And understand that no matter what you do right, you still gonna get in trouble. So just go out there, go on the autopilot, do your push-ups, do your sit-ups, do your running, and before you know it, you start stacking days, and it's gonna fly by.
Yeah,
it's gonna fly by. So we appreciate that our listeners and subscribers for giving us that, man. Like we tell y'all, man, we read those comments.
Send us some more stuff.
We reply to those comments, and based off of what you tell us, that might be the next topic that we talk about, man. So to wrap things up,
to the next time, stay blessed and start your process of filling out that long ass application if you are trying to be in. If you sign somebody up, they still get 1,000.
Yes, sir.
That's why you trying. You think?
No. I didn't say reach out to me. Man, I just said start your process.
This man is an agent, man.
That was the longest application I ever had to fill out, and I hope I only have to do it once. It was 20 pages for the personal history statement, and then the NeoGov was long.
They're going to call everybody on it,
and they want to know about all your dirty draws. Yes.
Just tell the truth.
Yes, tell the
truth, man.
Tell the truth, man. But until next time, man, appreciate y'all for listening.
Yes, sir.